Good afternoon, Bali. First of all, thank you very much for the introduction. Accept my apologies. I was not be able to come to beautiful Bali and to be present in person. I know I have a lot of friends there. They wrote me yesterday that they miss me, and to be honest, I'm missing you guys as well. I hope to see you very soon, maybe in Davos in April 23-24, some of you, or during the next summit in Indonesia or in Sri Lanka or wherever we are together. My name is Maxim Behar. I'm doing PR half of my life, but because I'm too young, and half of my life is a couple of years. But for these couple of years, the whole world changed a lot. It's a revolution. If some of you managed to stop by one of my books called The Global PR Revolution, published in the United States 2019, if I was writing this today, I would skip the word PR and I would name it The Global Revolution, because it's not only in the field of PR. You see what's happening all over the world, and I'm not mentioning only the wars, only the controversial political decisions everywhere in the world. And I'm concentrated in our business, public relations. We talk about future, and some of us very rarely realize that the future is today. We don't have anything to predict, because artificial intelligence, quick communications, multi-language world, which is understandable via translation in minutes. It's a miracle. It's a huge change. The most important is the pragmatism, which we must realize that we are aiming to a very, very pragmatic world, especially in our business. There is a story about maybe 30, 40 years back. The founder of the famous Hilton hotels, Conrad Hilton, was sitting in the studio of the notorious Jay Leno, the icon of the modern journalism. And Jay Leno, at the end of the interview, said, "Mr. Hilton, you have 1 minute or 30 seconds to say the most important words in your life, the most important message to the world or to your customers." Hilton, Conrad Hilton, who owned hundreds of different hotels, looked at the camera and said, "Dear customers, please, when you take a shower, put the curtain inside the bath because a lot of water is going outside. Thank you very much." This was the most important message, the most pragmatic message. And I'm just giving you an example how pragmatic we must be. Because our business 2026 and the years ahead must be very much result-oriented. Public relations, social media campaign, even AI campaign, without results will be waste of money and waste of time. If we have results, then the clients consider this as investment. The money they pay to us, consider this as investment. If we don't have results, the clients consider this as expense. And when the crisis comes, they first cut expenses. That's why a lot of public relations and public affairs and public communications companies are suffering all over the world, because they're doing their job excellent, very professional, without results. So this pragmatism, I gave you the example, of course, of Conrad Hilton, but this was just a glimpse, just a couple of words, just an example. If we have the results, then we are professionals. If we don't have results, then we're just one of many PR experts. Our business changed in a way that my dear friends from Bali, or sitting in Bali, in this beautiful hotel, that we don't sell any more services. We are not consultants. We are decision makers. And that's absolutely true. Because if we are consultants to our clients and the crisis comes through media, then it will take a lot of time for our clients to take decisions and to react. And today we are the one to react on behalf of our clients in seconds. You know that you can build a brand for 20 years, you can lose the brand in 20 seconds. So this is the greatest change in our business, that we are decision makers, but in order to be decision makers, we must learn a lot every single day, every single minute. Social media, books, YouTube videos, forums and summits like yours, friends from MEDCOM. And all those things are wonderful knowledge to prepare ourselves as professionals. Another change, which will be from now on in the future, we don't sell services. Very often we think that we are selling services. No, it's secondary. We sell trust. To our clients, we sell trust. If they don't trust us, we are lost in space and they will not work with us. From that perspective, ethical, transparent, and honest business is the base of the public relations activities. It's almost, and I very often make this comparison, it's almost like to go to the dentist. You go to the dentist because you trust him or her. First of all is trust, and then is the professionalism, and then it's the price, and then it's the service, and then it's the, let's say, personal relations or chemistry. But trust is the most important. And trust, we should fight every single day to prove that we are not only professionals, but also ethical. And also, remember this, proactive. If we sit in our offices, which happened, by the way, 20 years ago, and sometimes happens today even, and we wait for client to call us and to tell us what to do, then okay, we can have this client, but we will not have it long time. Very soon the client will give up because they expect that we will be proactive. So trust, proactiveness, of course, pragmatism. Every single word you say, every single strategy you do, every single proposal you present to the client should be pragmatic. From the very beginning and at the end, there must be numbers for profit. No one will work with us without profit. Sometimes you cannot judge the brand, developing brand, whether it's profitable or not. But then we should have a very clear vision. Where do we go? Branding without numbers, and how these numbers will come soon. That is why one of the most important points these days and in the future in business is the education. Absolutely education. And education is not only reading books and not only going to universities or courses or some seminars. Education is everyday communications in social media. What do we do when we wake up, dear friends? I'm sure that you do this. You wake up in the morning, staying in bed, and where's my mobile? Okay. You get your mobile, and you look at Instagram, you look at Facebook or TikTok or whatever you are interested. And this is knowledge. Don't be afraid to do this. Because knowledge is one of the most important points to be very successful. Very important is to try to do every single idea into an action. Very often we are full with ideas, but sometimes really full with ideas, excuse me. And then these ideas, they stay in our laptops, in our computers, mobile phones. We should turn them into action. Another one, teamwork. Teams are very important these days and very difficult to combine because you have Gen Z, and this is another very long topic, which I believe you discussed during the conference, which is a different generation, grown up in completely different conditions, circumstances, and environments. And then we have a little bit older and more experienced experts in the public relations business. So we must work very hard to do a good team, a good combination of the Gen Z and the older experts. So this is really extremely important. A lot of people, including Gen Z, that's my observation, are very afraid to take risks because of the experience and because of the knowledge. All of us, we guys, must take risks. Imagine a crisis is coming, 2:00 in the afternoon, for a very important client. Then 5 minutes later, we must react. The worst decision we can take is much better than no decision. And remember this well. Take decisions, take risks, even on behalf of the clients. But in order to take these risks wisely and, of course, professionally, then you must learn a lot. Then you must learn every day. Then you must exercise. Then you must have a simulation in your campaigns, in your companies, in the companies with the clients. So really, it's extremely important to have the feeling of taking risks and to have the feeling of management the project. During COVID, I wrote another book. Yes, it's called The Morning After. It's on Amazon in a couple of languages, I think. So it's a chapter in the morning after. I mean, during COVID, because we didn't have what to do, closed in the houses. So I decided to write this book. There is a chapter dedicated on the horizontal leadership. And I was telling this to my team every day. One of my senior managers, Jessica, is with me now in the room. She is the executive director of the World Communications Forum, the organizer of the summit, and Jessica knows very well this. I'm telling to my team, even to the youngest members, you are the leaders. I hate this vertical leadership, that there is a CEO and then the managing director and then deputy managing director and the director of the department and the deputy director of the department. We're lost. Every single person in the public relations business, from the very first day coming to our companies, is a leader. Is a leader of his or her projects. Is a leader of his laptop or hers, or mobile phone, or tablets, or clients. And this should be very deeply implemented in our vision for the business. We don't wait clients to push us, to poke us like people poke other people on Facebook. We don't need to wait the CEO to come to you and to say, do this and that. That's the truth about the horizontal leadership. These times where the CEO is deciding everything and telling everything and in a very strong vertical position, I think are gone and they will not come back at all. So this is also connected with those 2 points which I mentioned before. Education, knowledge, and the feeling to take the risk. Again, worst decision is better than no decision. Imagine crisis comes, nobody takes decision. We stay in the office and we don't do anything, and the client is suffering. And then you go to client and say, Mr. Client, what to do? No way. We are the ones. This is one of the big changes, which I was telling at the very beginning, that we're not any more consultants or advisors, we're decision makers. And I'm sure that in a country, developed and beautiful country like Indonesia, the market is telling the same. Be aware of what's happening in the modern market. Take decisions. Be proactive. Last but not least, be a friend with the artificial intelligence. I know that the natural intelligence is first. Okay, we don't argue about this. And a lot of people are using all the different agents of AI, whether it's ChatGPT or different others. They're using them more like a search engine, or more like a subcontractor, let's say. Tell me this, tell me that. Do this, do that. Create for me a strategy, create me a good layout, and this and that. It's a big mistake. We must treat AI as partners. We are partners, and the AI, different softwares and agents, they are partners of us. If we treat them as partners, then I think we can work very easily with them. Then, of course, in the public relations business, we must be such professionals that everything, from every single point, from the way you're dressed, to the way you speak, to your tone, the arguments, the passion, the motivation, and this is extremely important, not only for the clients, not only for the media, for our dignity, for the way we feel ourselves. If we have this precision to adjust every point of our behavior with the clients, with the team, with ourselves in front of the mirror even, if we have this dignity, then we can do the job. And the job, my dear friends, is not easy. These days, we are a strange chemistry of publishers, editors, and reporters. Publishers, you are publishers, all of you. I see you in the room, dear publishers, because we own media. This is the main characteristic of a publisher. We own media. And then, social media, of course. We own our profiles everywhere. We can put whatever we want. We can make it in a way we want people to read or to see, to feel, to discuss. And this is the second characteristic, that we are editors. Because being a publisher and having media, we supply this media with the content. It's first on our behalf, because each of us, we have personal profiles. and have content in them. So it's the job of the editor. And secondly, on profiles of our clients. Imagine we have a client, a dairy company, French dairy company called Danone, which for sure you all know. And I'm sure that in Asia they're very active. Imagine that we have a crisis with Danone. And then I call the local manager and say, Mr. or Mrs. Local Manager, you have a bad news in the social media. Some people are unhappy with your product or writing nasty things or whatever. And then this lady goes to the regional office somewhere, I don't know where, Prague, Belgrade or whatever. And then the regional office calls Paris because the headquarters is in Paris. It takes 1 hour, 2 hours. During this time, the crisis is viral. There's no way to handle it. So I prefer, on my own responsibility, go on social media and to write whatever I feel that I must write. If it's true, then I say, okay, it's true. On behalf of my client, I do apologize. And then we'll see what to do if the guy or the lady who wrote this note on social media, then we can refund, then we can send him complimentary dairy products or whatever. We'll decide, but time is crucial. We must be there in 5 seconds or 10 seconds. In the company here, we have a media monitoring company, which is part of our team. And they monitor media every 5-10 minutes. But in order to do this, my dear friends, we should have an excellent education. We must be very well educated in order to sit down, to write as editors on behalf of our clients. And number 3 of our combination, publisher, editor, and reporters. Because the job of the reporter is to share news. And all of you go to the social media, on your personal social media, you share news with you, pictures, love stories, good food, travels, whatever. That's the job of the reporter. So remember, publishers, editors, reporters, we are just new people. And this is very, very, very important in order to do our job properly. The changes in 2026, I think now they are just the beginning of a long-term change in our business. I don't think it's even public relations, the right combination. About a century ago, the big industrial companies, mainly in the United States, they're hiring journalists to handle their public relations or communications because they had 95% non-public and 5 to 10% public. So those journalists should handle the public communications with media, with the shareholders, with the audience, with customers, of course. Today, everything is transparent, everything is public, 100%. If we say public relations, it's very close to say wet water. The water is wet. And all the relations are public. But still, we have, on that stage, 2 most important words in our business. One is public, the other is relations. All of us, we are public. The whole world is watching us, what we say, how we act, and what do we do? The second important word, relations. How we speak, how we talk, how we write, how we manage the social media and the modern writing. I don't know, and I don't have a unique formula for success, because success is coming every day, and tomorrow you might be down. Today you're up, tomorrow you'll be down. The most important thing is to realize why you're down and to try to reach some other conditions. But in any case, I think that in order a public relations expert to be successful should be proactive, should be transparent, and should be innovative. Try every single day to do something which you didn't do yesterday. This is the substance, this is the most important of the development and movement ahead. And because our business is so interesting and changing with the speed of light, if we have every single day one interesting idea, do it for the team, do it for the client, do it for the company you work. And then you will see that things are moving ahead. And I don't know whether they're moving ahead to the future or they're just becoming better, because the future is today. We have AI, we have immediate communications. I wish not to have any war anywhere in the world. And I'm sure that you wish to, especially in such a sensitive region like Southeast Asia. But at the end of the day, the future is here. And let me finish with a short story. One day at the Davos Forum, an American TV made an interview with me. I think it was CNBC. And they asked me a very traditional question: what do you expect from the forum? And I said one sentence. And the journalist looked at me and said, which one? And I answered, I don't know. I came here to learn one sentence or one word or two sentences or one concept, and they can change my life. Sometimes one word or one concept can change your life. And we are together something like almost 30 minutes. And I hope that you can get one word or one sentence from what we are talking. And I wish that this word may change your life. And if this is the truth, come to Davos and share it with us. April 23 is the World Communication Summit. Beautiful event. A lot of people from Asia. I was inviting your managers from MEDCOM as well. And I will be very, very much happy to see any of you in Davos, talk in person, and you share with me this one sentence or one word. If you, of course, remember that. Thank you very much for your attention, my dear friends. Again, apologies, I didn't manage to come to Bali. Next week, I promise I'll be coming.